Alright, today on the channel we've got two brand new turf tires that we're planning on putting on my little John Deere tractor. Right now the tractor has the R4 industrial tires that came with it, and I'm just trying to update it to some turf tires because I know it'll do less damage in the yard. That's 3/4. Well, you sure can hear the gears in there. I'm going to have to check the fluid level in this front axle to make sure that it's full of gear oil, because that sure doesn't sound normal to me. Well, there's a bunch of red clay around this hub, and that must have happened before I purchased it 2 years ago. But I want to go ahead and get rid of all that because I want air circulation around this hub to keep the front axle from getting hot or cause any damage. Now, this is only the second time I'm using this Harbor Freight mini tire changer. The last time I had a bunch of wheels from the front of a riding lawnmower that I was reworking, and it seemed to do a pretty good job on those tires, but they aren't made out of nearly as thick of rubber as these industrial tires are. And I've got to be honest with you, if you think you're going to watch this video and I'm going to show you how easy it is to change out these tractor tires, well, this might not be the right video for you. Hello, it's Ben. Thanks for watching my video. Today I'm going to show you what doing it yourself really looks like. Alright, I'm using a really inexpensive tool that's going to pull out the hardware inside of this valve stem, and that's just going to release all the air out of the tire in one quick motion. Now with the lawnmower tires, it was really easy to break the bead on the rim, but with these R4 tires, I'm not having much luck, and you can see I've got pretty much my entire body weight, 230 pounds, bouncing on it. Something else I'm going to do is I'm going to speed this up so it's 5 times as fast as it normally would. I just wanted to be honest and for you to have an idea of how much time is really going by. Well, I've gone and gotten a pry bar and I'm using a few other tools trying to get this tire to break the bead. And the only thing I can think of that I probably should have done I didn't is I probably should have got some soapy water and sprayed that on the tire. Maybe that would help. You can also see that I'm adjusting the Pittsburgh mini tire changer a lot, trying to see if there's some different position I could have it in that would make a difference. But eventually I did get the tire to break the bead. Well, the first time I used this tire changer, I really struggled trying to keep it stationary on the surface I had it mounted to. And that's because I only had it clamped with a couple of wood clamps to the top of a table. I have since gone back and made a mounting base for it out of plywood, which does a much better job of securing the tire changer so it doesn't wobble around. Okay, back to the tire. Once you've got the bead loose, you need to get that centered in the center of the rim while you try to pull the edge of the tire over the rim. And it is almost impossible. I'm not sure how many plies are in this tire, but the only thing I'm successfully doing is bending the rim and bending my pry bars. So I fought with the tire for another 3.5 minutes, with the only thing I accomplished was bending the rim and the screwdrivers even more. But as a do-it-yourselfer with no formal training, I went ahead and got my grinder out and used the cutting wheel to actually cut through the entire tire, which in itself was a long process. The only thing that went well is when I flipped the rim over and broke the bead off the other side. It came off pretty easy, but I kept thinking to myself, wow, I still have another tire to go. And then I was wondering if putting the new tire on this rim was going to be as hard as taking the tire off. Just thoughts, just DIYer thoughts. Well, with the tire off, I had to spend a few minutes taking a hammer and a sander and cleaning up all the burrs in the metal where I had just really overworked this rim with the pry bar and the screwdrivers. Well, there you go. We've got the rim all cleaned up, and now it's time to get that new tire on there. The only thing I can hope is that the new rubber is a lot more pliable on this tire than that old R4 tire. It's funny, as I watch this from the camera's point of view, it's easy to tell as I pry one part onto the rim, another part of the tire is coming off of the rim. But you can't see that when you're above it trying to work on it. So I just struggled and struggled and struggled for quite a while. Well, that quite a while turned out to be 6 minutes, and 6 minutes later I finally had the first side of the tire onto the rim. Now I needed to get that other side on. Alright, so here's my lessons learned. I tried for another 8 minutes, trying various things using different tools before I finally managed to get the tire back on the rim. And for me, this is a fail. It's too much effort to try to change out these tractor tires on the rims. And that's a real shame because you can purchase these online already mounted to metal rims, and they're about $300. Or you can do what I did and buy just the 2 tires, and it's $150. So you can almost get these tires half price if you don't buy them already mounted to a rim. Okay, but let's just be happy the tire is on the rim, and let's move on to the next thing. How hard could it be to inflate it? Okay, my first attempt consisted of me trying to put air inside of the tire without the valve stem in. And every now and then I've been lucky in the past and that's worked, but it didn't work this time, so now I've got the ratchet strap on it. But that didn't seem to work either, so I'll go ahead and put the valve stem back into the tire. Alright, so now we are up to attempt number 3. Well, I kept trying to get air into the tire, but I never was successful. Well, it's important to know when you've reached your limits, and I think those tires are above my limits. I cannot seem to get the tire to seat onto the rim, and I don't want to have to go through all the trouble I went through on the other tire. So my word advice is if you're thinking about changing the tires on the rims of your 1025R tractor, is either buy a tire and rims as a set, or consider them taking them someplace and having the professionals put them on for you. So let's see how it went when I let the professionals handle it. First, I need to get this tire off of the tractor, and I'm also going to go ahead and clean up the hub where there's that Georgia red clay on there. Well, there we go. The tire's inflated and the other one is mounted, and it only cost me $31. So let's get these tires put on the tractor and finally finish this project off. Well, I still have a little bit of a boogered up rim from where I did it, but however they mounted it at the tire shop, they got the right tools because there's no marks on it at all. I'm going to get all of these bolts started by hand before I hit them with the impact driver. At the beginning of this video, I talked about replacing the industrial tires with turf tires to protect the lawn, but I also had a secondary reason. The turf tires have a larger sidewall, which I'm hoping is going to help lift the tractor up just a little bit, but also help absorb some of the bumps when I'm going across uneven terrain. Boy, it's just barely on there at all. Let's put some more in there. Well, at the moment, I do not have the right fluid for the front axle, so I will have to order some. And when that comes in, we'll put it in. Well, I do like the way it rides a lot better. It doesn't seem like the front wheels are on the rim, and it actually gives it a little bit more height. I'll be curious how it does once I go into the four-wheel drive mode. And even though the front and rear tires don't match at the moment, I'm fine with that. Well, there you go. I like the way the front tires are, but I'm just going to have to hold off on the back tires. I've ordered some kit from Summit Hydraulics, and when it comes in, I'll make a video about that. But until then, don't forget to like, subscribe, check out those other videos, and I'll see you in that next one.